Welcome to Pi Uncut, where we break down the biggest technology and business stories shaping our future. Today's story is about ARM, one of the most important but often overlooked companies in the global tech ecosystem. And right now, ARM is making a bold move that could completely reshape the AI chip industry. ARM's stock just jumped sharply after the company announced something major. It is building its own AI chip. Not just any chip, but a next-generation processor designed for what experts are calling agentic AI. And according to the company, this single product could generate up to $15 billion in annual revenue within the next 5 years. Let's understand why this is such a big deal. For decades, ARM has operated on a very unique business model. Unlike companies like Intel or AMD, ARM did not manufacture chips. Instead, it designed the architecture and licensed it to other companies. That means when you use a smartphone, a laptop, or even a cloud server, there is a high chance that the underlying design is based on ARM technology. This licensing model made ARM incredibly profitable and scalable. But now, the company is making a dramatic shift. It is entering the chip manufacturing business itself. This is not just a product launch, it is a transformation. The new chip is called the AGI CPU. It is specifically designed for data centers that power artificial intelligence systems. But more importantly, it is built for a new category of AI called agentic AI. So what is agentic AI? Most AI today responds to commands. You ask a chatbot a question and it gives you an answer. But agentic AI goes one step further. It can plan, reason, and take actions independently. Think of it as an AI assistant that doesn't just respond, but actually works on your behalf. This shift from reactive AI to proactive AI requires far more computing power, and that is exactly where ARM sees its opportunity. The AGI CPU is designed to handle these complex workloads efficiently. It is built using advanced 3-nanometer technology and is expected to deliver significantly better performance per watt compared to traditional processors. Efficiency is critical here. AI data centers consume massive amounts of energy. Companies are constantly looking for ways to reduce power consumption while increasing performance. If ARM can deliver both, it becomes extremely valuable. And the early signs are promising. Some of the biggest names in tech are already on board. Companies like Meta, OpenAI, Cloudflare, and SAP are expected to adopt these chips. This tells us something important. Demand for AI infrastructure is not slowing down. In fact, it is accelerating. Now, let's talk about the financial side. ARM believes this new AI chip could generate around $15 billion in annual revenue by 2031. At the same time, the company is targeting total revenue of $25 billion, which would be a massive jump from its current levels. To put that into perspective, ARM's revenue today is only a fraction of that. This means the company is projecting multiple times growth over the next few years. That is why investors are excited. Following the announcement, ARM's stock surged, adding billions of dollars to its market value in a single day. But this move is not without risks. By building its own chip, ARM now competes with its own customers. Companies like Qualcomm, Nvidia, and others have relied on ARM's designs for years. Now ARM is stepping into their territory. This creates a delicate balance. On the one hand, ARM can unlock a huge new revenue stream. On the other hand, it risks straining relationships with key partners. Interestingly, not everyone sees this as a threat. Some analysts believe ARM's chip will complement existing AI infrastructure rather than replace it. For example, Nvidia still dominates the GPU market, which is essential for training AI models. ARM's CPU could work alongside these GPUs, handling different parts of the workload. This suggests that the AI ecosystem is becoming more collaborative than competitive. Different companies are specializing in different parts of the stack, and together they are building the backbone of the AI economy. Now, let's zoom out and look at the bigger picture. The global race for AI dominance is heating up. Governments, tech giants, and startups are all investing billions of dollars into AI infrastructure. We are entering an era where computing power is becoming as important as electricity or oil. and data centers are the new factories of the digital age. In this context, ARM's move makes perfect sense. Instead of just supplying blueprints, the company wants to build the engines itself. This is similar to what we've seen in other industries. Companies that control both design and production often capture more value. Apple is a great example. By designing its own chips, Apple improved performance, reduced costs, and gained more control over its ecosystem. ARM is now trying to follow a similar path, but at a much larger scale. However, there is one key difference. Apple builds products for consumers. ARM is building infrastructure for the entire AI economy. That means the stakes are much higher. If this strategy works, ARM could become one of the most important players in the AI supply chain. But if it fails, it could damage its core licensing business. So what should investors and tech watchers look for next? First, watch adoption. Which companies actually deploy these chips at scale? Early partnerships are promising, but real success will depend on large-scale deployment. Second, watch performance. Can the AGI CPU deliver on its promises of efficiency and power? In the AI world, even small improvements can translate into massive cost savings. Third, watch competition. Intel, AMD, and Nvidia are not standing still. They are all investing heavily in AI chips. The competition will be intense. And finally, watch the broader AI trend. If agentic AI becomes mainstream, demand for these chips could explode. But if adoption is slower than expected, growth projections may need to be revised. In conclusion, ARM's new AI chip is more than just a product launch. It is a strategic shift that could redefine the company's future. By moving into chip manufacturing, the company is stepping into a high-risk, high-reward game. But one thing is clear. The AI revolution is creating massive opportunities, and companies that position themselves at the center of this transformation stand to gain the most. ARM is betting big on that future, and for now, the market seems to believe in that bet. This is Pi Uncut. Stay tuned as we continue to break down the biggest stories shaping technology, business, and the global economy.